Hi guys, welcome to GladrapChannel.
All right.
This is Jerome Pascua.
All right, here we are at the Auckland 8. Dare to be great. Isaac Savage, GladrapChannel, here with the champ himself, Shay, Mr. Business Brock. So far, we've seen an action-packed night of fights. Now we get ready for the Eliminator. First up, Jerome Pascua. We're yet to find out who he's fighting, though, Shay. Who do you think it's going to be?
I got a feeling it's going to be Marsters. You know what? This is the business end of this 8-man tournament. In my opinion, the best 4 have gone through to the next round. So we're going to be treated here tonight. And I can't wait for even to see what the result is of these 2 semi-finals through to the finals.
And you called it perfectly, Shay. Just look at the plyometric power there, though, of Pascua jumping up there before getting the knees above his chin. That's no easy feat. He's definitely got some explosive power. However, speaking of explosive power, here we have Joshua Marsters out of the notorious ETK gym, trained by the Psycho himself, who actually set up the first King of the Ring type tournaments here in New Zealand. So he's your favourite too to take this on the books tonight.
Well, yeah, we got the experience of the 8-man eliminator style tournament in the corner of the blue. Josh Marsters coming off a unanimous points decision off of Savan Hermes in the first round.
The man of steel, the raging bull. He just wanted to go down.
Dropped him twice in the second round, and we both suspected that he may have took his foot off the pedal just to ease up so he can have enough energy for this next fight. Whereas Jerome Pascua, he laid on his opponent, James Yoka, in the second round rather, of the first heat.
There you have the Method Man against Pascua. You know, I'm amped, Shay. This fight alone is even worthy of the final. Both these guys are so sharp, so fresh. I can't call it. I'm just looking forward to how it goes down.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, you know, any of these 4 guys are worthy of taking that title shot that is available after, you know, the winner obviously getting that title shot for the IBO Australasian title.
And what's the strategy? Go in hard and fast, try to put them down early, or coast it out, get the points?
Well, that's what we're going to find out here, because we saw Marsters take his foot off the pedal, coast a little bit in their last round, where we see Jerome put his opponent out in the second round.
You know, we talk about
and he's coming out strong
styles.
again in this second fight that he is.
How can you not love the aggression mixed with technician and finesse of Pascua? He's aggressive.
Absolutely.
And skilled.
And you got Marsters again coming out very patient. It paid off for him in the last fight. You know, where he got to feel his opponent out. But you know, we only have 3 rounds, so if you come out too slow, you could be risking that first round.
Well, this is the thing too. We talk about sense of urgency. There's a sense of urgency to finish the fight early or as quick as you can. Well, given the other person goes down after you've slogged them with some barrage of punches. And just as we talked about Marsters being patient, he unleashed a right of his own landing on the chin of Pascua.
Well, I think he has no choice but to match the pace that Jerome's come out with. Both guys got kickboxing experience. Marsters, though, the master of the two, if you like, when it comes to the kickboxing. ETK versus, I believe...
Well, a long time ago, Pascua was out of Strikeforce.
Strikeforce, yeah.
But in saying that, if you flip the head around, the coin around, Pascua's got that boxing experience
yeah.
over
Absolutely.
Masters. But, you know, this is a well-matched fight. We're seeing Pascua come out quite aggressive very early with Masters taking a lot of shots, throwing, I guess, when needed and when seeing the opportunity.
Yep. And another interesting fact about Pascua is he's actually got a wrestling background as well. We don't see it much in his style of fighting. You know, you don't see him wrap up much. He prefer to use the angles and striking combos.
I mean, what doesn't Pascua do? He's done kickboxing, then wrestling, now boxing. He may as well look at the UFC or an MMA match next with that experience.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And he's only young, you know, mid-20s. He's got a lot to offer the sport, and that's exactly what his plans have been since getting back into boxing. Rather, we spoke about his first fight that he lost back when he was younger. So now he wants to give boxing a decent go. But Masters, you know, giving him.
Well, you just saw him.
For it.
He landed 2 uppercuts, stepped away, got out of the range of Pascua. You talked about Masters only throwing, like being the quiet boy in the room, only saying things, using his punches when needed. He's doing this, but is this going to pay off with the style of fighting, Shay?
It's hard. It's hard to say. And again, it goes back to what the judges like. So that was a close round. We have the busier fighter in Pascua, but the more accurate fighter in Josh Masters.
Yeah, you're right. Look, the judges, we're seeing it from one angle here. You've got to remember too, there's 4 judges over there looking at it from 4 different other angles, and they see things that we don't see that will lead to different point calculations. So, interesting fight. I'm not going to call it. I might save that line right till the end, and if I think I was right, throw it in like you did. But what a beautiful fight so far.
Well, I got a little bit of bias towards Jerome, so I'm not going to call this one how it's going. We do train together on the occasion, so I'm not going to be calling the fights as I have a biased opinion on it.
No, that's a fair call. And we get ready for round 2 now.
That's
Pascua
why
coming
we're
out.
commentators and not judges, Isaac. And again, Jerome coming out strong. But Masters, he knows how to weather those storms, and we saw the storm that he weathered against Savan. But again, this is a different breed that he's up against in Pascua.
You know, someone was actually talking to me the lineup earlier, and my 2 favourites, I'm going to call it now, I could be wrong or right, were actually Kiri and Pascua. When I looked at that lineup, my 2 favourites were Kiri and Pascua. And Pascua's now in the, second round elimination. He just has to get through Masters. Masters ain't going to make that easy for him.
Well, at the moment, Pascua's fighting at home for the uppercut as he moves on the angle. So, and he has, from the southpaw stance, you know, it could be challenging. This is officially, because this is the second fight that Masters, a boxing fight rather. So this is the first southpaw that he's actually boxed against.
Big shots here from both boys. Pascua definitely the busy of the 2 in this round. Masters obviously has already been for a few rounds. Both of them have, but is the gas tank starting to go a little bit on the thin side there with the Masters?
Well, you did touch on it. He did go 3 rounds with his opponent. But in saying that, he did do less work in the 3rd round, whether that was conserving energy for this next fight.
And, you know, most people go 3 rounds with Savan. Probably don't even want to go any more rounds after that. You throw everything at the kitchen sink at Savan, and he just doesn't go down. So it's certainly got to sap the energy, doesn't it?
Especially with the go-for pressure type of style that he has. You know, he keeps the pressure on you regardless if it's not necessarily landing. We saw a good exchange there from Masters. Even if it's not landing, it's still putting pressure on you, having to work, keeping your mind focused, and so that pressure will take something out of you. And then we see another clean shot. Masters doesn't throw a lot of shots, but what he does throw.
Yeah, but also looking at both of these guys, the chin of Pascua, he's been rocked with some massive shots, and he just does not even go close to go. He doesn't even look close to being wobbled. He's got a good chin on him, and that's probably going to help him too for future fights and getting closer to a title.
definitely throwing in volumes. Almost reminiscent of Joe Calzaghe, how he throws a lot of punches, not necessarily power punches, just a lot of punches, and with accuracy. You know, you have a couple of pitter-patters that set up the biggest shot that you're trying to land and never see the uppercut. He's trying to find a home, which he has found a home for that uppercut.
Uppercut there missing from Marsters. Very, very busy round again from Pascua. Certainly taking the fight to Marsters. Marsters still though, he's still got a lot of power up his sleeve and could put Pascua out at any time. But in saying that, I'm looking at the chin of Pascua. You probably landed a few of your own on him. He's certainly got a good chin on him, doesn't he?
Oh, absolutely, you know, and yeah, like you said, I have landed some on Pascua. He just comes back stronger. You know, he even though he has that smiley look about him, he does have a mongrel in him as well, and it definitely shows in the ring.
But also too, you've got to have a bit of mongrel if you want to take home a 5K check. You've got to be hungry. You've got to go in for the kill, go for the KO or the jugular if you do want to take home those denarios.
The Psycho, Jason Sadi, really getting into the mentality, into the psyche of his
Well,
fighter.
a man that says he would die fighting. He lives by that motto, fear none, respect all. And tonight he probably gave Marsters a few words of wisdom. And look, just as we said that, Marsters and Pascua are just throwing down.
Absolutely. And you can sense, man, he is a,
Whoa!
what's the word? He's a fighter first and foremost. He is sucking in the big ones going out of their second round, but he's not giving up. And I admire that out of Josh Marsters. He is not the type to give up.
Definitely not. And
he is showing signs of fatigue, but you know, he's keeping the pressure on. He wants that title shot. He wants that 5K purse at the end of the tournament, and he's going to work for it.
Both boys, like you said, they are sucking in the big ones. Both of them looking very, very warmed up now.
And again, Pascua throwing a plethora of shots, combination of all different angles. He never slows. You notice he never slows just the same old shot, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, or just the hooks, just the uppercuts. He's mixing up every time, 1-2, hook, uppercut, coming back to the straights, coming back with up. His punches, they flow from all different angles.
Yeah, he's actually quite beautiful to watch, and that's what I noticed the first time I saw him fight. The first time I saw him fight on a Sky undercard for against Josh Hatherley.
Yep.
You know, the guy from Christchurch, a guy I know quite well.
Tough opponent as well.
Very tough, and I didn't know anything about Pascua. I thought, oh well, this could be a hard night for him. Yet Pascua made it a hard night for Josh, and
he's
gained
coming in,
the respect.
He's coming into this fight a lot more conditioned than he did for that fight against Hatherley as well. I have noticed in his the 3 wins that he has had, he hasn't come in well with this.
Yeah, you actually make a good point, Joe. I'm actually so impressed by the way that Pascua comes to the ring each time, and he actually gets better each time. Some people stay the same.
Yep.
You actually see a significant improvement every time Pascua jumps into the ring. He just gets better and better and evolves.
Well, that's just hats off to his corner as well. Fernando Ortic in his corner, former fighter himself.
Yeah, like top-notch coach. You know, world experience. Has fought some of the best, especially in parts of Asia. You know, like high-ranked Japan fighters, Filipino fighters.
Yep.
He's travelled the South East Asian circuit and notched up a few very, very high-profile fights.
And how about this? These guys are going at it. They both want their title shot at the end of this tournament that they'll get.
They are just throwing down Marsters versus Pascua. Who wants it more?
And what a final this is going to build up to become as well, Isaac.
Insane. That was an amazing fight. I'm going to let the judges score this. Because it was a beautiful fight. Very busy.
Well, we all know who I got winning this. Not necessarily got winning this, but who I would prefer. But let's leave it to the judges. That's why we're commentators.
Hey, look, what a fight. Marsters landed very, very solid and aggressive shots. pinpoint accuracy. Pascua was very aggressive, busy, and threw punches and punches,
We're just
punches
saying
and punches.
that, sorry, Isaac, we were just saying in Josh's last fight how amazing would it be to see him carry on as well. He put on a good show against Savan Hermes, and even against Jerome, who is, you know, a quality fighter in his own respect. Only his second fight.
Well, it's an incredible display tonight.
He could be going through, you know, to the finals.
There you have it, Pascua. Like we said, he just evolves, gets better and better each fight. Now he's through to the final.
And you know what, bias aside, I was very impressed by Jerome. I've seen him in the gym. He's had his up days, he's had his down days, and he's definitely come here.
I thought you were going to say, oh, I knew that result. I called that.
Come on, give me a break. No, but I was very impressed by both fighters. Actually, Marsters, that's only his second pro boxing fight, and he's definitely a fighter of the future if he continues.
Oh, I can't
in
wait
the
to see
boxing.
him again. You know, like, it's so good to see different gyms out there branching out to this side of the boxing world. And look, coming from that background and such a involved trainer, he's got no way but up.